Today is the 16th of May, 2017. Cool. All right. So kind of what we're going to go over today, we'll talk a little bit about the Big Mountain Data conference that we were just at on Saturday, kind of like the big takeaways from that. But before we do that, last week, a bunch of us were here. We talked about the Big Data Challenge, and one of the biggest challenge that we saw was we didn't know where the data was that we're supposed to be working off of. And so Nick is here. He's going to shed some light on that.
Yeah, I'm going to do that too.
And Alton, hopefully. And so there is a data challenge channel on the UGE Slack. So if you're in the UGE Slack, just look for the data challenge channel and join that. We're starting to get some people leave things on there, so that's good. And then, yeah, so the Big Data Conference last week, and then this week we're just gonna start talking about the data challenge again. I feel like that's our key word, right? We'll talk about teams, all that stuff, and then we're gonna do a shameless plug again for something that we're doing this week at Front Analytics. So yeah, we're all about that. Right? So, okay. Before we start, are there any announcements from anybody here? What's going on with the community? Anything like that we weren't able to talk about on Saturday?
We're talking about having Lee present in June, so thank you. He'll be talking about XG Boost and about some of the math that actually happens behind the scenes.
Yeah, about the mathematics, parameter tuning, and easy example showing like how XG Boost works.
Wow. Cool. And the last function, right?
Yeah.
And the last function with that extra.
Oh yeah.
That extra.
Very.
I'm wondering, like, if I only get like 1 hour, I probably can get both stuff. So if I have 1 hour and a half, I'll really see them.
Okay. I think we can probably make that work. We'll just have to actually kick it off closer down time. So we also kicked off the Bookly data competition this last week. So if you go to get.bookly/datacomp, that should bring up the site and the information around it as well. There's more out there. It's data-comp and it's bookly.co. So I could send you all sorts of wrong places. So get.bookly.co /data-comp. And then obviously we have the National Data Science Challenge as well.
Get.bookly.co/data.
A lot of on that.
No? Well, works for me.
Yeah, it's there.
Get or get?
This is it right here.
GT
Okay.
instead of get like GitHub.
Okay. That makes sense. I was like, what is this?
There we go. Can I come up?
Yeah.
We are still looking for speakers for the Hadoop Bunch. In fact, I don't know if I even have the Hadoop Bunch on Meetup, so I should probably do that. So if anybody's interested, let me know. That should be whatever the third Thursday is this month.
Definitely, yeah. Get out and speak. Also tonight, there's another meetup here again. And it's on Elasticsearch and Apache Spark, how they work together. And this is going to be Juanza who's presenting.
And I realize the third Thursday is Thursday.
Oh, so we may move it.
I thought it got moved to the fourth Thursday anyway.
Yeah, you might be right. I don't know.
But it's still a Thursday, right?
So 8 Thursday.
That's all we're looking for.
Okay. Now I'm going to go mine whether or not that's accurate.
Yeah, in Silicon Valley. Sometimes I attend the ones out there in San Fran. Not much else.
So Other announcements or anything?
Was everybody here at Saturday's conference? We even had some presenters, but what was great? What was not so great? I thought the food was great. Yeah.
How many did you take home?
Yeah.
Just one.
Good. After eating like 3.
Yeah,
You really need to start. No, for the data science, we like.
Yeah,
a whole bunch. Yeah.
took too much.
Okay. So
Instantly sold like 100 people on H2O.
Yeah, that was cool. So I got feedback from Dylan, who went over Overstock, and he said that the conferences that he goes to, either the content tends to be super high level and not super valuable and doesn't go in very deep, or it's an area that he's not super familiar with, and he quickly gets lost during the presentation. But he felt like all the presentations that he went to, so props to a lot of you guys here in the room, were right at the right level, took people from where they needed to be and got them to have something that's actually truly valuable. And that for him, it was one of the more valuable conferences that he's been to. That's all about the presenters. So thank you guys. So I thought that was good.
So I like Ben's, he made the point of that in order to get bias out, and he was referring to racial and sex, whatever gender, to, you kind of figure out which categories are causing the problem, and you actually have to remove them, which I wouldn't sound like a logical sort of thing. That was good, really good to know.
Yeah. I know in practice he will build bias models that rather than just a binary remove or keep, will analyze them based on how important they are. So there's a gray area.
Sure. It's very interesting.
but then the controversy is, doesn't that just introduce more bias from the analyst?
It's biased a different way.
Yeah, exactly. So, and it's the biases and it's the anomalies that you're trying to capture, right? That's what makes it interesting is, what is beauty? According to this audience, it's, or according to who he modeled, it's this.
Well, I think that becomes a conversation, right? What is it you're trying to actually accomplish? How can you make it open so that everybody understands that there is bias and this is what it's clearly defined as, right? And that people can then take it with whatever their grain of salt is, right? Or whatever's important to them. So, okay. Good. Do you want me to talk about this?
Yeah, so let's dive into the transportation data challenge.
Let's do it. Okay. And how much time? Yeah, so what? Okay.
That's the rest of
So, all right, great. So Courtney was there with me as well up in Seattle. So she can add extra notes as we go if she'd like. But first I want to talk about Dan Morgan. So Dan Morgan is the Chief Data Officer of the country, of USD.